Hi, and welcome to my video podcast, Learning Through Different Voices and Different Eyes. My name is Miriam. I'm the owner of Mimitoys.ie, and I'm a mom. I'm self-employed and I work from home. The reason why I started the podcast is the same reason why I started Mimitoys back in 2004, which is encouraging children's natural ability to play and learn through play using their imagination, senses, talents, and skills. And I also find ways of growing children's confidence and self-esteem. I love this podcast to give practical insights to parents and carers, and you're all very welcome. Today, we'll have a chat with Hannah McSherry. So Hannah, you've won first class honors in visual communications degree in TU Dublin and best use of illustrations for a book called Here We Go Round. Now, I came across your stunning illustrations through social media, Instagram and Facebook. And I have to say, I found them, they really caught me to my heart. I found them so soft, so evocative, so poetic. So I just would like to start, Hannah, what inspired these amazing, and first of all, congratulations on your project. Well done. So what inspired these amazing illustrations?
Well, so the whole project came about with the final project that we had to do for college, which was a wordless brief narrative. So you had to come up with any story as long as there was no words. And I knew, since I have a passion for children's books, that I really wanted to make some kind of story in that format. So basically the whole story came around because I wanted to do something about the cycle of life, cycle of nature. And as the idea developed, I was like, well, I want to do something around the seasons that kind of mirrors life and emotional problems for kids. So I decided to do this kind of Leporello, which is a book that folds out, that essentially just teaches kids that the essential message is that if things are bad now, they'll be better soon. It'll like life goes around in a cycle. So that's why the whole book, if you can see it there, is this kind of Leporello format, just to echo that kind of sense. And you can take it out, it's double-sided, so it kind of goes in that way. And if you prefer, you can just open it up in a normal book way. Let me just slot it back in, and just kind of flip through it.
Okay.
Like that, if you can see.
Yeah.
And that's the book there. So that's how it came around. And
tell me about the story there, because you said there was a couple of messages for children. So first of all, what's the age group for the book? So because it's wordless, and since the message is quite simple, I was aiming it towards like 4 to 6 years old, just so that they could kind of flip through the book and do whatever. Like, you don't have to be too worried about little kids damaging it, because the paper is very thick, so it can put up with some abuse. So yeah, I was thinking about 4 to 6 years old, and then any age group can really enjoy it if they like, since hopefully it is kind of a poetic feeling to it. From me, when I was making it, I thought it felt kind of nostalgic. So really any age group could enjoy it, hopefully. So that's what I was thinking. I like the idea of wordless because, to engage children's imagination, and children will see different things on different pages. So that's really, really exciting. I'm just, as a parent's point of view, it's so amazing to think of a wordless book. Yeah, it's wordless books are really interesting. The thing is, like, probably a lot of us grew up with some wordless books and never realized that they were wordless. Like, one that is very popular is The Snowman. The one that comes around at Christmas every year. Like, that's a wordless book. I have it up on my shelf. And when I was researching wordless books for this project, I came across that. I had no idea that it was wordless. I completely forgot, because you attach so much meaning to it on your own. Absolutely. There's kind of already a script that you attach to it yourself, which I think is really special. And plus, that music can travel across different borders, different countries, languages, and everyone responds to it just on a purely emotional basis, which I think is really special. Yeah. And you are obviously very talented with drawing and art and colors. I mean, I think it's stunning. So how you know, did you grow, the talent grew with you? Were you talented from an early age? Did you have a feeling you were, this was your thing?
So I've always drawn. I grew up in a house that's very art focused because my dad is an artist himself. But he didn't really teach us to draw or anything. My sisters are very creative too. I have two sisters. But we were always encouraged just to be creative instead of watching telly, which we did a lot of as well. But we always kept sketchbooks, not because we had to, but just because it was accessible to us. So it was kind of a normal thing to do. And then when I was about 16, I started taking it more seriously and keeping sketchbooks, especially for watercolor, which I love working in. So for this project, say, for example, when I was 18, I found this thing, which I thought I'd show you, which is a dip pen nib.
Okay.
Which is how I did all the line work. Yeah. Everything that's kind of a brown ink, that's the dip pen. And I love working with.
Don't you have a demonstration of this on your Instagram page of the line work?
Working with dip pen. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, really interesting. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to see any of the behind the scenes process of making the book, I actually documented it as I went along on my stories. So if you just go to my Instagram page, it was pretty fun to do. Yeah.
Cool. And tell me, Hannah, what's the future for the book? Because I would love to see it somewhere on the shelves, because it is so stunning.
I would love that as well. That is my biggest dream. I'm trying to get it published. So essentially, I have to package it up and send it to different publishers, take photos of it and submit it to different people. So I'm going to try Penguin. They do a lot of lovely children's books. Faber. And No Brow. And No Brow is the most, when I created the book, I did it with their books in mind because they specialize in creating these kind of fold out books. And I've done it to their specifications. So even if they don't take it on, I can still try other publishers. But it would be really nice if they took it on. I think that could be really cool.
Okay,
so cool. That's the idea.
So I know you're off on well-deserved holidays. So enjoy your holidays, and thank you very much for your time. That was really interesting, Hannah, and I wish you all the best with the book and with your progress and success. And this podcast will be available on our YouTube channel, Mimitoys YouTube channel, on our website, and we'll give all the information on Hannah's Instagram page. Thanks very much, Hannah.
Thank you.